A new year in the Red Line Area School District is underway. Many students, staff, and faculty are returning to their classrooms and buildings to take on the new year. But with the new year, of course, many changes have been taking place. Changes that everybody has been talking about. Changes such as a new principal at Red Line Area Senior High School.
It is clear that leadership changes happen everywhere. It happens in communities, governments, professional athletic programs, and even in local schools. That's what the case was this year at Red Line Area Senior High School, as a leadership change took place at the head principal position. A week before school started, the high school sent out the new schedules for enrolling students via the postal service. The new schedules, like every year, also included important paperwork. One of the important new documents enclosed inside the envelope was an introduction to, in fact, the new principal. His name, Mr. Mark Shue. But what does he, so to say, bring to the table? This right here is Mr. Shue, the new principal of the Red Line Area Senior High School. Continuing his career here at Red Line, he brings over 20 years of experience in education prior to today. For 11 years, he served as a high school social studies teacher at Central York. After that, he served 3 years in the Southeastern School District as assistant principal. Thereafter, taking the position of head principal at Eastern's High School for 7 years, where he was also awarded the Dr. Eugene Segro Outstanding Principal Award. I had the pleasure to meet Mr. Shue and sit down with him to discuss the new year and the new changes taking place inside the Red Line Area Senior High School.
I was born and raised in York County, went to Central, and so I'm very familiar with Red Line. Red Line's always had an excellent reputation as far as academics concerned, also in athletics.
With a seemingly greater amount of structure inside the school, many students prior to the start of the year didn't seem to understand why it is needed. I asked him about the new specific changes inside the school, for instance, dress code, discipline, and how failure is no longer an option. And his response was this.
Well, the major focus of high school should be preparing students for the next levels. If you put into common practice what the workforce is looking for as far as dress, as far as discipline within the school, then all students will be better prepared when they take the next step and reach the next level. And I think a lot of times whenever you have somebody new come in, that there's anxiety. I don't know if fear is quite the right word, that's a little strong, but there's a little apprehension. And you're always apprehensive of things you don't know about. But then once you get into it, you find out, hey, it's not so bad. But if everybody comes to school with the mindset that they're going to work hard, you actually get a greater amount of freedom in what you do. You actually create a better environment for learning where you get more freedom and you get more responsibility. And if the focus is on learning and the focus is on eliminating failure, then essentially what you're doing with all kids is you're creating hope. And I think once people get used to the new changes, actually, like I stated earlier, I think they'll find they have more freedom. And and that they will have more fun.
I was also able to ask what Mr. Shue is looking forward to the most this year.
Just getting to know everybody, teachers and students, staff, everybody, and just working with everybody to build a better school.
And of course, having a positive outlook is always important.
It's going to be a good year. That is what it is. It's going to be a good year.
It is obvious that throughout people's lives, changes take place. But it's important to know that it's up to the people involved to decide what they will make out of those changes. The intentions for this year are good. The question is, what will you make out of the changes around you? Reporting from the Red Line Area Senior High School, I'm Leonid.